guys, we're out here. We were discussing a few things about why the appointment firm even came about. What was their, was it a dream? Was it just something that they dug up out of the ground? Where did this come from? So I'm here with Holly and here with Josh McAdoo. They are the owners of the appointment firm, and we got a few questions we can ask them and see, what's on their mind. So Josh, what kind of got this thing started?
Well, Holly and I had come from a background where we'd worked in a couple different insurance companies before, and what we noticed was there were a lot of agents that really had a hard time and struggled, and we were able to plug into systems that kind of worked for us, but not really to the extent that we thought that they should be. And so when we got out and started to look around at really what was out there in the industry, we saw that there were some things lacking, and for new agents coming in, we wanted to make sure that they had the best opportunity to be able to be successful from the get-go. Number one had to be that they were going to get fair compensation, so that a brand new agent came in and they weren't just working for someone else, but they could actually be making real money on their own personal pen. We wanted them to have the ability to build an agency and build residual income and real long-term wealth and growth.
I saw a lot of, to add to what you were saying, Josh, I saw a lot of things that maybe were explained to me when I first started that didn't really add up. So we wanted to be different. We wanted to be the premier agency in the industry, because I've been through several challenges, learning experiences, and wanted to make things different and easier for new agents coming in.
And I think that goes right to the first thing that we ever put together was the income projection tool. In this industry, I think so much smoke and mirrors out there. People are promoting XYZ APV from this guy, and he's making this money, and no one ever talked about the cost of business. I'm like, how much do leads cost? How much gas are you putting in the car? How much of this business actually sticks on the books? Well, brand new agent, like, we're out running business, and the bank account wasn't showing what I thought it should. We thought that was extremely important to give people a realistic expectation. If you do this
is what you'll make.
You were going to make this. If you do better than that, if your numbers get better as you get better, it's going to be better. But guaranteed, I'll tell you, today, you go out and do this, you will make this money.
So you think this business is a numbers game?
It's all numbers. We can plug it right into a spreadsheet. We can tell you, you're going to have 10 appointments. 7 of those appointments are going to show up for you. 3 of them are going to forget that you're coming, and it's okay. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, we know that if you sit on 7 appointments, you're going to sell at least half of them. That's 3.5 appointments that you're going to sell. We know how much business is going to stick. We know what the average application size is. We know what that cost per appointment is, because we know how much we're going to have to put into leads to get those appointments. And at the end of the day, the balance sheet is the balance sheet. And all it has to come down to is the amount of activity that you're willing to put in.
Activity is key.
How important is teamwork to you? Like meetings and things like that?
Plugging in is huge. If you're brand new in the business, you need to plug into people who have been there. Plug into your upline. If your upline can't give it to you, plug into the next person, plug into us, plug into all the calls that you possibly can, because it plays back into having the right mindset and having the right motivation, because you need to be, when you're having a down day, you need to be with people who can lift you up.
You're only alone if you want to be alone. You have an upline to talk to. You have weekly training calls to get on to. You have digital platform with all of the information that you would need. The way that we set this up is, a new agent could come in and never talk to anyone and be successful, but we wanted to make sure that it was built so that that wasn't the case. The neat thing about having an agency that's built kind of on an override structure and agency building is that every single person that you're working with has a vested interest in you succeeding. They don't make anything if you're not making anything. So they want you to do well. I mean, the guy cannot even like you, right? But he still wants you to do well because it's still going to benefit him, and he's going to help you grow. And we thought that was really important. It builds camaraderie and teamwork. You really feel like you're part of a team and a family when you're working in this agency.
Culture is everything.
Well, people will ask all the time, but how do you know that? What kind of experience do you guys have? How long have you guys been in the business?
I've been in the business for 8 years.
I spent about 5.5 in the industry. My experience, I started where all these new agents start. I came from a sales background, but when I got started, I was the worst insurance agent in the world. Jimmy, I didn't sell a policy my first month. I went out and I got my teeth kicked in. But following through and continuing to do, the activity was all that it really took to get to that next step. And 6 months into the business, I was already writing $20,000 every month in premium. I started out as a part-time agent, so I was working 2 days a week. The neat thing about that is when you know the numbers, right? We'll go back to the numbers. You can show any agent how to do that. 2 days a week, what's it going to take to write 20,000 in business? Well, we know how many appointments it's going to take. So coming from that kind of a background, Holly and I had built teams before. We actually met at a different company. We call our practice company. We both kind of got started, and Holly was very successful in building teams there. I had some really great producing agents.
I was a average producer. I will not say a superstar. I was an average but consistent producer. So to the people out there who want to make and just go out and write $5,000 to $10,000 a month, hey, there's nothing wrong with that because that is consistent, and consistency is what is key in this business.
Okay. So going forward, what kind of goals do we have? Where are you going to take it from here? You're building an agency. You're getting agents, left and right. I'm seeing agents come in. They want to be with you guys. Okay, so what's the plan going forward? What's the goals going forward? Where do you want to be in, a year, 2 years, 3 years from now?
Yeah, I think number one is we're very focused on always making sure that we are doing the right thing for the agents at all times. And what that means is if we're always doing the right thing, all those growth things are going to come naturally. If we're not sitting back on our laurels and just, let's see what happens. We're constantly improving, looking at growth, working on the training, working on partnerships that we have, looking for different, better lead sources, testing them out, working with the appointment setters to make them more effective. So our goal really is to be the premier life insurance agency in the country, focusing on mortgage protection and final expense. The other great thing is, we haven't pigeonholed things to really be into one thing. We have options for the agents as they show the aptitude for it to grow into advanced markets, to work in annuities, to work in the 403b pension.
You have all the tools for that kind of stuff.
Yes.
We have all the tools, and we're putting more together all the time to make it easier for those agents to get into those things. And we both have backgrounds working in those markets. So those are markets that are for everyone, and we know that. So we want to start agents where it's easy and comfortable, and where they're going to put money in their pocket quickly. And then as they show the ability and the aptitude and the want to advance, to have the tools there to help them advance through that. So we're not a shop that someone would have to be with for, the training shop. We're a place where you can grow for your entire career, and we're going to help you do it.
Well, those are just a few questions we had just to, see where you guys are going and what the goals are. So hopefully that'll help you out as a new agent, trying to get, where they're coming from and where you want to be.
All right. Hopefully we'll be working with you guys soon, and if we're not already. And we look forward to bringing you onto the team.
Can't wait to meet you.